Hello, hello. We are live. We are live. And thank you, everybody who tuned in last week. And I want to welcome everyone that's new to the Divine Honey podcast. I'm your host, I am your friend, your daily inspiration, Tamika Johnson, and thank you for joining. This show is about human experiences, and each week a Divine Honey guest will come on and they'll share about their love, life, journey, and purpose. So if you feel inspired, please leave a comment. And if you're listening to the replay, also leave a comment. I'm excited to hear from each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Bougie Girl YouTube channel because you don't want to miss an episode of Divine Honey or any of the other amazing videos. So with that being said, I would like to welcome this week's Divine Honey guest, Amber Robinson. She is a proud 38-year-old mother of four, a resident of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Amber has been practicing metaphysical arts for 3 years, and within that time, she's obtained a meditation teacher degree from Yoga NU and her crystal chakra healer certification from Love and Light School. She is the owner of Enchanted Body that opened April of this year. That's where she specializes in metaphysical healing and chakra alignment. So please check her business out. It is in the description. And today she will be sharing with us meditation and chakra healing. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, so my journey started, um, I guess not on a good note. I'd always kind of been into the medical, physical things all my life, but it took me to lose someone really close to me to really want to know like about the other side, the metaphysical, where you go, get into my spirit and learn more about the spiritual side of life. And once I started tapping into that, I found out that that is definitely my calling was to be a metaphysical chakra healer. Once I started doing the healings on myself, I started doing it on my family and friends, and it grew from there and became my passion to go ahead and open up my business earlier this year. So that's where I am.
Oh,
It is
Amber, just
very,
one thing. Can you turn your volume up just a little
yep.
louder?
Make sure it's on. Okay, maybe I need to hold it up close to me.
Okay, that's
Can you hear me
better. Thank
now?
you. That's better, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I got my kitten in my face. He seems to think he needs to be with me all the time.
Oh, can you actually explain what metaphysical is, and then we can get into your journey? Just because I think a lot of people don't understand what that means.
Yes, the term metaphysical um, has to do with the spiritual side of life or the world or people's belief systems. It's believing in a higher power, a higher strength, the all-knowing energy that is supposed to flow through all of us humans, and our connection into the spirit world. So any metaphysical practices would be where they talk about chakras, which is your seven main energy systems that you have in your body, or any spiritual connections you have, whether you believe in God, Jesus, Buddha, like everybody, has their different religions or gods or things like that. But all in all, it is said that everything runs on the same energy pattern and line. So when you tap your day to day humanly life in with your spiritual life, you are said to be vibrating on your highest vibration level in life, where you should be aligned with your soul purpose, doing the things that you love, living out of negativity. Everything's a little more positive, and that is the basis of metaphysical. Is just all that stuff that can't be seen but you can feel. So
Love
that is
it.
what metaphysical is.
Love it. So, what got you on this path of finding your journey in the metaphysical world? What got you here?
Well, it started off having to know what happens to us if there is an afterlife. So I started kind of doing research with that and came across the self healing practices along the way of aligning your chakras and thinking more positive and not feeling like every loss has to be so detrimental in your life to where it drags you down and gets you
Mhm.
depressed and get you thinking on a negative path in life to where you keep repeating these cycles of bad luck and negative energy and things like that in your life. So, yeah, it took something negative to make me start looking at positive things. And the more I started implementing and researching and seeing different practices, different like rituals, and the things that stuck out to me were crystals, like
Mhm.
the healing power of crystals, and also just meditation, uh, getting into that meditative state where you calm yourself and start healing, start revisiting your past traumas and knowing that you're getting through them and start thinking things in a more positive way. So, meditation definitely was my first step to start focusing on myself and getting myself in a more positive mind state. And the more that I did it with myself, it was just prevalent that I needed to spread that to other people. So that's really what pulled me to go ahead and get my degrees and my certifications, and was like, you know what? If I can do it, I need to be spreading this to people. So let's get the
Yes.
healing started.
In the journey of like the healing that you found with this, what changes did you start noticing once you in yourself and in your life and what was going on around you? Like what changes did you improvements did you see?
Well, myself, the way that I thought about things, things that normally just make me angry or be triggers, set me off about stuff, or um, just the negative feelings that you get, like small things that can set you off, didn't bother, started stop bothering me, and I started thinking in more positive ways about things, and things that seemed so major, they looked little, and then um, that was just the outlook part, but better luck and fortune, jobs started coming, offers.
Mhm.
People that weren't really good for me in my life fell off while I gained a lot of more positive people who wanted to push me forward and help me and, be a friend and things like that. And the
Mhm.
negative stuff just it started to stay away from me. Then I also noticed with aligning my kids and stuff like that too, their negative attitudes and stuff like that that they had
Mhm.
started to change. They started looking toward what they wanted to be, what their life purpose what could be, and things like that. Stuff that they just seemed kind of mundane about, like they didn't know what to do, and they'd catch attitudes and things like that. All that, like my atmosphere started to change to a more
Mhm.
positive nature around me. And like I said, this opportunities, doors, and things just started opening up
Mhm.
and made it that much easier. It's almost like when you go on a diet and you exercise and you don't want to stick with it until you see those results. And once the results come in, you're like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I got this. So it's the same with my spiritual path. Like I started to notice the positive in all aspects of my life just coming together, and I'm like, yep, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. All that struggling and depression and things like that I was feeling before just
Mhm.
slowly went away. And now living life, loving. I can hear the birds singing in the morning, and I'm like, yes, that is beautiful.
That's
More
love.
every day, you know.
What was the first thing? Because I know some people are, there's a lot of people struggling right now, like what you said, depression, grief, illness, you name it. And they don't know what to do or where to start. What's the first place to start on this path?
I would say it's gratitude. Start looking at everything you do have, and stop looking at what you don't, or what did go bad for you. Start flipping those thought patterns into a positive mode. Um, so you were on your way to work and you got a flat tire. Instead of being so mad about it, be like, well, at least I didn't get in a car accident and die today, or somebody didn't get injured. You know what I'm saying? So little things like that, from the smallest flip, from the negative thoughts that you have, and things like that, to a positive, start to help. Just being grateful for the small things. And I tell you what, your spirit team knows when you start being grateful for your small things, because you'll start seeing bigger things. All the things that
Hmm.
you wished for that you didn't have, the better paying job, the
Hmm.
opportunities to make more money and finances and your bills. You're not struggling every month, paycheck to paycheck. You finally got a good, decent paying job, things like that.
Hmm.
They see that. Once they see you're grateful for the small things, you will start getting the bigger things to be rejoicing in. So it does, yes. Gratitude definitely, I think, is the first step within yourself. Start flipping
Yes.
that mind pattern.
And then what about the meditation piece? Like for beginning, for someone who's just starting to meditate.
Right. I would say for beginning meditators, get on YouTube. YouTube and Google are the world right now. You can look up anything. So I'd look up what you would call a guided meditation when you first want to start meditating, because those people are going to tell you what you need to do to get started. And you can start those practices. And the more that you do guided little meditations, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20, start on the little small ones. Once you start getting into those, just pick a random one, at first, because people
Mm-hmm.
always have a hard time like choosing. Ooh, what do I choose? Just a random 10-minute meditation and go through it. And I guarantee you that very first time it's going to be hard. It's hard to concentrate and stuff like that. But just keep trying different ones. You'll get used to it, and then you'll start to build your own meditation patterns. You'll find out which ones you like, which ones you don't like,
Mm-hmm.
and there's certain, you can look up any if you want to regression therapy, or if you just want
Mm-hmm.
relaxation, or if you just want healing. There's tons of different meditations for all of that. But yeah, that's the first thing. I just pick a random guided meditation. They're going to tell you what to do, and then slowly you'll get to build your own meditation practices that you're comfortable with.
Nice. So you offer, tell us a little bit about your business and what you offer, and then how you service your clients.
Yes. So my business, as like I said, it's called Enchanted Body. I specialize in the meditation teachings. I have a series of different meditations we can go through and do. We can do them in person. I'm a traveler, so I can come to you, or if you're long distance out of my area, things like that, we can do everything over video chat, things like that. We'll just go through, and I'm pretty much your guide for the guided meditations. Um, so you can do one session, two, three a month, however you feel comfortable. I offer those services. But also, we do the crystal chakra healing, and that can also be done over video chat. We use what they call a crystal grid. It's just like a grid of a human body, and you kind of manifest, will it to be toward the person that you're trying to give healing powers to. We go ahead and pick out what crystals are best to align those chakras. And if we're in person, then, I'd have the crystals with me. I have tons of crystals to pick from, so I usually don't have one that somebody needs somewhere. So that's pretty good. But yeah, other than that, we do the crystal chakra healing. It is aligning all of your seven chakras so that they are flowing all together, and that they start boosting you toward your life's purpose, for you to get clarity, feeling better about yourself, your spirit is aligned, and then all your good luck and fortune and things will start coming to you too once your chakras are good and aligned. So I also specialize in organ healing with the crystals. So if you're a person who has liver problems, like me, I'm diabetic. I spent plenty of time healing my own pancreas, and I'm a diabetic for 4 years now. I only take one shot and two pills a day. So usually the
Yes.
longer you have it, the more now you're insulin
Mm-hmm.
dependent. Now you're on this, you're on that, and yeah, nope, not me. Mine's pretty steady and good, and those, I believe it's due to my healing practices with the crystal. So, yeah, there's certain organs, your heart, lungs, all of that. I have certain meditations for those healing practices too, and get you started on that type of healing. So
So,
it's not just metaphysical as far as like your energy centers and stuff like that. The healings fall over into your physical body as well. Because when you are at a bad mental state, your body breaks down physically.
yeah.
So it's important to have healing not just mentally, but physically as well.
And how through this, how with the chakra healing, the meditation, what have you seen that it's done on a spiritual level, like your connection to whatever you believe in, source, God, universe, that
Yeah.
that feeling, what has it done for you?
It definitely made me more conscious of just the spiritual world, that we have guides, angels, guardians, things like that with us all the time that are trying to push us toward our best efforts and our purposes in life, and they're trying to work through us. So when you meditate and you have these chakras aligned, you are linked to that. You're linked to your guides and spirit people. They talk to you through the meditations. They'll talk to you through signs. They'll talk to you through numbers. Like there's what they call angel numbers. They say angels speak in the one of the oldest forms of communication, which is numbers. So you see numbers like 111, 222, 333. It's like them yelling at you, "Hey, look what this is." So I bought a guidebook that told me what these numbers are, and I see them frequently, like every day. Like it's weird because like when I look at a clock, most people just see some random. It's 6:13 or something.
Hmm.
Like right now, it's 6:15. My eyes, when I usually look at the clock, it's something. It'll be like 6:22, 6:33, 6:44, and it doesn't just be by chance. Why am I seeing like the double numbers or the triple numbers about stuff? It's just you can't have that many coincidences in a day,
Yeah.
So that's how I know like when they're trying to get my attention. I'll have to glance at the clock. Oh, let me get my book. Let me see what they're trying to say to me. But I've noticed those connections, and anything that I felt or I've seen, I look it up. How many other people are talking about this or going through this? I'm a firm
Hmm.
believer in majority rule. So if there's a lot of people talking about these situations, then I know I'm not the only one feeling these things or seeing them.
Yes, yes. And that book you were talking about, is it a purple book?
It
Uh,
is like a bluish purple. My
Angel
word don't.
Numbers by Kyle Gray.
Yep,
Yep,
yep.
actually you
That's the best
recommended
book
it
I
to a
have.
friend, and a friend got
Yep.
it to me as a gift.
It is so old. Look at you can't
Oh!
even see the label anymore. It is old.
He's so-
Yeah. I was like, I need a new one.
But yeah, they said you recommended that book to them, and then they gifted me with one of those books.
Good. I'm so glad that personally, that's like my guide throughout the day. I see those numbers and I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah. I think meditation is, and chakra lining is a great thing. I actually practice those things. I have, of course, gratitude, a lot of just healing within the self. So I
That's where to
really
start.
enjoy what you're doing because a lot of people need, help. Are people open to, because sometimes when you change, like you kind of have an awakening and your mind
Mhm.
shifts and your perspective changes, it's hard around you. Have you had
Yep.
struggles with that because you're kind of you're actually on your life's journey, your path,
Right.
your purpose.
Right.
So has that affected
Yes.
your relationships, and how do you stay grounded and firm in who you are and what you're supposed to be doing?
I mean, my changes happened fairly quickly, so that negativity of people not accepting or not understanding or didn't want to understand, they just kind of fell off.
Mhm.
So those who did gravitated toward me and were asking questions like, "Hey, what's going on? What is this? I think I need that." So it's just like any type of business that you start. You don't want to focus on anything that's not your ideal customer. So
Mhm.
you just gotta let it go. And it's affected me for the better, I should say, because I've only had positive experiences with it. Everything that was negative, like I said, it just went away. I just let it go. I'm not trying to hold on to anything that doesn't
I
want to
like
be around.
I always say I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not
No,
gonna hold
no, not
you.
at all. No. So it has. It's been a positive experience, and I was like, so I feel like those who are meant to be healed and those who it's meant for, I'm reaching them. So
Mhm.
it's been
And
positive.
have you experienced a lot of people reaching out to you, like just wanting change in their life and seeing what it's done for you, reaching out
Yes,
to you for your help?
yes, especially like over the summer. I don't know if it was with, we have a lot of pull with the universe too, so different moon phases and alignments of the planets and things like that. We're going through different shifts emotionally as well. And I know this year has been supposed to be the year of Aquarius. We're going into a higher enlightenment for all people. So I think
Hmm.
this summer there was like a lot of full moons back to back and eclipses and things like that. It was crazy, and there was a long retrograde. So I think people were really in tune at that moment with like their spirit. So I did. I had a lot of people reach out to me over the summer, but now I think we kind of teeter totter, especially with the rise again of COVID sicknesses and things like that. People don't want to
Hmm.
be so in person at times. So it has died down these last couple months. But I still, like I said, I still get people reaching out. So I'm thinking of new ways, just to try to get out to people using the social media a little bit more. But
Hmm.
also, I'm thinking about throwing some gatherings, um, or trying to set up booths at other metaphysical um events and stuff that are going on. So I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be too many over the winter,
Hmm.
but hopefully by the spring, I know they have little metaphysical things going on locally that I'm going to try to get a hold of and get into. There'll be another pop up marketplace in the summer, and I'll do that again. But
Yes, you
just
did
try
do
to,
the pop up.
yeah, that was fun. It was kind of like I was a traveling gypsy. I got to sit there at my little table, and people come up to me and get their little futures read and things like that. So, mini chakra alignments with the hands and stuff. There's when we do the meditation one, it's like a full body, so you'd be like laying down. I put the crystals
Hmm.
on you, but the ones that I offered at the market was just aligning the crystals with your hands because your hand chakras are connected to your body chakras. They seem to like that. People like the feeling, and that's one thing about the healings and things like that too. I love doing it in person because then they can really feel the energy from me, feel the energy from the crystals, and the changes in their body. You definitely can feel it when we do it over, video chat too. But
Hmm.
sometimes you can chalk those things up to, different things going on in your atmosphere. Like, no, that's this or that's that. I don't know if I believe this. When you're in person, you really get to feel those vibes going on. So I want to really get back to that. I hope these sicknesses, ease up soon. I really want to
Yes,
get back to the in
yes.
person.
Another thing, I know you talked about crystals. Now, if for a person who's starting out with crystals, what
Yes.
would be the first crystal like you would just suggest to like a beginner?
To a beginner, either a clear quartz crystal or an amethyst crystal. They are the most common. Clear quartz are what you call programmable, so they can pretty much do anything that any of the other crystals specialize in. So clear quartz is a good one, and amethyst is a good one. Just to start, look them up, see what their properties are, and start figuring out how you can work with them or how you keep them around you. Like I said, we're in the age of technology. Look this stuff up, Google it. They have
Yes,
stuff everywhere.
yes. All you have to do is Google them. And another thing I always like contacted you about was like the full moons. Like I would
Mhm.
always fall asleep. I fall asleep on the full moons, every single one. I actually was
Right.
stayed up for one and was able to kind of meditate. And I got this, well, if you can see it, stone. I don't even know
Oh
what it
yeah.
is. Yeah, it's pretty. And then I got one of these.
Yes, selenite wands are great. I have a huge one right here.
Oh, you got.
I love it. But yeah, those are good for cleansing your aura, and they also charge your other crystals,
Mhm.
and they cleanse atmospheres really good too. But yeah, these never have to be cleaned or charged. They do it. Like so, like if you're a person that don't have access to like the moonlight or a good porch to put your crystals out on, or a good windowsill that gets that moonlight, you can always use a selenite wand and charge and clean your crystals.
So another thing, I think some people don't understand like what's the purpose of like stones and crystals because I saw something where someone had, I mean, they had their religious beliefs, but they had this stone, and people were like, you don't need it, you don't need it. But this is energy from like the earth to me, and God
Yes.
is the earth. So, what would
Yes.
you say to people with that type of attitude, saying like, we're worshiping like, a stone, which it's really not that. It's energy.
Right. My belief is they said God for everything we need on this earth. So the
Yes.
food you eat, the energy you need, the sunlight, the moonlight, water, stones, things that everything you need is already in the earth. So if it's of the earth, I think it's for us, the natural
Yes.
stuff. These stones aren't man made. They are growing naturally in the earth for thousands of years before people find them. So why wouldn't they have good energy? Why wouldn't they have earth energy, you know? So
Yes.
yeah, and I mean they've been used throughout. You look throughout history, they have been used. So there's got to be something to them. And until you try it, you hold a stone for the first time. Yeah, my advice is try with any of the high vibrational stones and just hold them in your hand for the first time. You will feel its energy. It's crazy.
Yes. Yes. I love it. So, I actually
Right? I
have
love dream.
a game I like to play at the end. It's like 10 questions, and
Okay.
just off the dome, what you first thing that comes to mind. So,
Okay.
you ready?
Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite word?
Love.
What's your least favorite word?
Can't.
What motivates you?
Life.
What's your theme song?
Just fine by Mary J. Blige.
That's a good one. Um, what noise, what sound or noise do you love?
The coffee machine. I
What
love to
sound or
hear
noise
coffee
do you?
brewing.
Oh, isn't that the best in the morning?
Right.
And what sound or noise do you hate?
Screaming, like just the kind that gives you a heart attack, like ah, like I hate it.
And what's your favorite curse word?
Probably the F word.
It does so much.
It does, and it comes naturally out of nowhere too. With everything, it could be a good one or a bad.
Okay. Look, I'd be at work, I'd be like, in my head. If they only knew that's what I
Yep.
was saying in my head.
Yep.
Oh, okay. The sun, moon, or the stars?
Moon.
And your purpose.
I'm a healer. Healing. Yep.
And what would you like God to say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I've been waiting. I've been
Okay.
waiting for you.
I like
Now let's
that.
talk. Right, now let's
Now
talk.
let's let's talk.
Yep.
So, oh, thank you, Amber, for doing this. And I do have one
Mm,
last question for you.
yeah.
What would you like to tell people who are in need of healing? If there's anything you can tell them.
Just seek it. Seek it out. Most of us need healing and we sit there or we don't try to heal. You just kind of wallow in it. You got to seek your healing out. You got to figure out what it is you need healed, whether it's your heart, your mind, just overall body, life. Like, figure out, pinpoint where it is that you need to be healed and seek it out because there's definitely plenty of us healers out there that would love to help
Yes, please, you guys. Again, thank you, Amber, for joining us. And also, all her information is in the description. I also put your Facebook group, Seekers. So
you.
check her
Awesome.
out there on Facebook. She has a group. And please check out Enchanted Body. I actually got my chakras aligned by Amber, and it was a great experience. And I suggest you do it too. Please take care of yourselves, everyone. Mind, body, and spirit. We only have one life.
Yes.
So, oh, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Good night, everyone.